Hello everyone, this is the Evil Chocolate Cookie, and today's video is going to be kind of a treat. Oh, shut up Telegram, shut up Telegram, shut up Telegram. Sorry about that. I, along with a bunch of other people, made a video a while back showing what was on my iPhone. Well, as some of you know, I'm switching away from iPhone. I am switching to Android. And I'm basically complete if I can just get Facebook to behave and figure out what to do about some audiobooks I bought from the iTunes store. They're DRM protected, so I can't just copy them. But I wanted to show you guys what I have here on my Android. 4:19 p.m. Let me go ahead and wake it up. System delay. Device lock. Unlock. Firefox. Device unlock. Home button. Move launcher. Firefox. Done. Characters. Words. Paragraphs. Headings. Links. Speech rate. Speech rate 133%. Speech rate 120%. Speech rate 109%. Speech rate 100%. Audio ducking. Accessibility. Increase. Turn up my screen reader so you guys can hear it. I'll take you through my home screen, and then I'll take you through the app drawer. I am using Nova instead of the standard launcher. Sorry for the background, that's just Night Manager. I'm in a group for the Strategy Chamber, and if any of us go offline, it's not pretty for everyone else in the group, because we have to listen to someone or other complain because some of us are offline, so apologies. But anyway, onto the apps. Thank you, Smosh shut up thingy. Go away. Bard Mobile is the first thing I've got here. That, for those who don't know, is for the National Library Service. You can download books and, you know, that kind of thing. Be My Eyes. Be My Eyes is an app to help with, you know, getting sighted assistance through whatever means you need. You can either call a volunteer, you can call some companies for specialized help, or you can use Be My AI, which has now made its way to Android 2, which makes me very happy. When I tried to record this the first time, it wasn't available. But it is now. And actually now I think there's a new feature where you can set up groups and get help from friends or family members. Zedge, oh my god, the accessibility in that app right there sucks, let me just tell you. I love the app itself, but I hate the UI. Hate it. With a burning passion. Because you can browse, but if you try to search, forget it. And in case anyone's wondering what this app is for, I probably should have mentioned that first. But this is for ringtones and notification tones and wallpapers and such. I love the stuff that you can get from it, but I hate trying to manage the app. I either have to give somebody else my phone and let them download it, or I have to get them to nearby share it with me. Clock. That's Google Clock. That's for alarms and things like that. Nova Settings. That is Nova Settings. That's for the launcher. I'm using the Nova 8 Beta right now, in case anyone's wondering. Telegram. Telegram, I use that quite a bit. That is a messaging app, for those who don't know. If you would like to add me on there, please shoot me a message and I will see about getting you added. Spotify. Spotify, I think we all know by now what Spotify does. Trivia Crack. Trivia Crack, that is one of my favorite games, and if there's enough interest, I will demonstrate it. Because Trivia Crack on Android is about 400 times better than I've ever seen it on iOS. And also I have a system-wide ad blocker, so I can get rid of those stupid pesky video ads. Fitbit. Those of you who watched the last live stream I did will know precisely why I have that. But for those who didn't catch it, I now have a Pixel Watch, which essentially has Fitbit, you know, built into it. So I need the Fitbit app to check on, you know, my sleep score and my exercise minutes and to log stuff like that. So there it is. Camera. That's the Google Camera app. I'm not using that to record right now because I kind of need to show my home screen and I can't record a video while out of the app window. WhatsApp, I use that. I think we all know by now what WhatsApp is. You can add me on there too if you want to. Just message me so I can give you the number to use. YouTube. If you guys don't know what YouTube is, then I give up. I seriously, I quit. Discord, same deal there. If people don't know what that is by now, I quit.
Envision AI. Email. Secret White.
Oh, shh.
Envision AI.
Envision AI, it's another visual assistance type app. It helps with, text reading and things like that. This one I use in some very weird cases. If my computer's sound stops working and I have to check the screen, Envision is usually the app I go to for that.
Files.
That's the Google Files app, where you do all the file managing and the moving and the deleting and all that kind of stuff.
Seeing AI.
Seeing AI, this is new. Well, relatively new. This just recently came to Android within the past month or so. But this is an app from Microsoft that does kind of the same things as Envision. But I think most of us here know what that does by now. Hulu, I think we all know what that is. It's a streaming service. I use it mainly to watch Celebrity Jeopardy and that kind of stuff.
Chat.
Google Chat, I use that to message people. Used to be a part of Hangouts. Oh my god, Hangouts, I miss that thing.
Dice World.
Dice World, I play that. If you ask me, I hate to admit this, but if you ask me, the iOS version is pretty far ahead of the Android version. Tusky is my Mastodon app. I do use Mastodon. My one gripe with Tusky is that notifications don't come in.
Email. Joseph Hansen. Text message. Edit box.
Quickly.
Dice World. Tusky.
Why did that random text box come up? Go away. Watch. That is the Google Pixel Watch app for controlling my watch settings and things like that. Element is a messaging app for the Matrix thingy. I'm not exactly sure how to describe what Matrix is because I don't know it all myself. Go away, email. Sorry about that, you guys. They never stop. Reader, that is... Oh my god, I don't even know how to pronounce the name of it. It's basically Voice Dream Reader for Android. It just has a different name. But it's the same app. ASR, that's the voice recorder I use for my podcasts and things like that.
Keep notes.
Google Keep, that's what I use to keep track of, anything I need to jot down quickly. My Jeopardy scores and things like that go in here. Lookout is another visual assistance app from Google, as a matter of fact. It does, a lot of the same things as Seeing AI and Envision and that kind of thing. MacroDroid is kind of like Apple Shortcuts. Just to give you a comparison, it's a device automation thing. I may take you folks through a demo of how to use that at some point. Facebook Messenger, I think we all know what that does. Discover, that's for my bank account. I think we all by now know what PayPal is. Google Voice, I use that whenever I don't want to give my real phone number out, which is most of the time. Because reasons. Pocket Casts. I use that for my podcasting app. I was going to use Google Podcasts, but that's kind of going away, so I had to find something rather quickly. Google Meet, I think we all know what that does. Amazon Shopping, we better know what that is. Pandora, I think we all know what that is too. Paramount Plus, I use that service. Pluto TV is my favorite streaming service ever because it's totally free, no charge for anything. And they have a 24-hour Jeopardy channel, so I can watch Jeopardy whenever the heck I want to. Red Reader is a Reddit client, one of the approximately 3 that still exists. I'm still furious over that mess because they screwed a lot of people over. The Google Play Store, if you don't know what that is, well, I don't know. Where Installer 2, that is an app that I will show you folks if there's enough interest. That allows me to sideload apps onto my watch. Third-party speech engines, for example. Health Studies is kind of like the Apple Research app. It's Google's equivalent, and mine has been broken for the past several days, so it's yelling at me because I'm behind on every survey ever. Google Photos stores your pictures, blah, blah, blah.
Send files to TV.
Send files to TV, that allows me to transfer stuff to my Chromecast Side-loading apps is a good example of that.
Settings.
The Google Settings app.
Smart audiobook player.
Smart audiobook player. That is what I use to listen to regular audiobooks.
Phone. Dock.
Google Phone.
Messages.
Google
Dock.
Messages.
Firefox. Dock.
Firefox, my web browser.
Outlook. Dock.
Outlook, I use that for email.
VLC. Dock.
And VLC, that's my music player.
App drawer.
We're not done though. We have the app drawer.
App suggestions. Grant usage state. Disable short. Messages. Authenticator. Audible. AS. App Inspector. Amazon. Activator. Acapella TTS. YouTube. Acapella TTS Voices.
Acapella TTS Voices. I did purchase one of those. So I have that available to me.
Akinator.
Akinator is a game that I absolutely love. I can demo that if there's interest. It's a character guessing game and actually inspired the I Lost on Jeopardy parody that some of you may have heard. I can't post it here because copyright, but it is on SoundCloud under the Evil Chocolate Cookie.
Amazon Alexa.
Amazon, I'm not going to say the rest of that because it will trigger my Echo. That is the app for controlling said Echo and any other Amazon devices you got.
Amazon Shopping.
Amazon Shopping, we already saw that.
App Inspector.
App Inspector, that is for the nerdy among us. I keep it around in the case of a built-in system component that I need to get rid of. Prime example of that, I have a Galaxy phone over here too that you guys saw because I demoed a little bit of it for you. But the Samsung News thing kept getting in my way, and I needed App Inspector to get the package name so I could use ADB to get rid of it. And I just keep it around in case of another situation like that.
ASR.
ASR, we already talked about that.
Audible.
Audible, I think we all know what Audible is. I have a few books on there. I'm kind of hoping I can come into possession of an Audible credit very soon because former Price is Right announcer Rich Fields has written a book and narrated the audio version, and I want it badly. But a lot of these audio bookstores charge an arm and a leg, so I'm trying to get an Audible credit, not because I don't want to give him money, but because I don't want to give anybody else money. If I could just straight up pay him for the book, I would. But I don't want to give some big mega corporation any more money and, not have the actual author get squat. So, Rich, if you happen to land...
Email. Richard Turner.
Be quiet.
Email.
Stop.
ASR. Audible.
Rich, if you happen to watch this video, now you know why I don't have your book. I want you to get the money, but not Amazon or Apple or anybody else.
Authenticator.
Google Authenticator, that is for two-factor authentication codes. I use that service quite a bit.
Bard Mobile.
Talked about that.
Be My Eyes.
Talked about that.
BitLife.
BitLife does not work on here, unfortunately. Well, it works if you don't need the screen reader, but accessibility, no. Which kind of makes me sad because this is one of my favorite games. You guys know this. I love BitLife.
Bookshare Reader.
Bookshare Reader, actually I can get rid of that because I don't need it anymore. Didn't like it anyway. Before I got the VoiceStream equivalent for Christmas, I had to experiment, and I did not find a single Bookshare Reader I liked. And I just hadn't gotten rid of this yet.
Add uninstall. Shortcut. Uninstall. Movie launcher on top. Bookshare. Cancel. Okay. Package installer. Movie launcher. Grant usage stance. Uninstall. Calendar. Calculator. BitLife. Be My Eyes. Calculator.
Google Calculator, Google Calendar.
Camera.
Camera, we talked about that.
Cash App.
Cash App, I use that service, as I'm sure many of you know. Especially any of you who have used it for donations or sent money over for whatever reason.
SearPlay.
SearPlay, that's for the SearProc voices. I would not recommend using those with TalkBack. They lag worse than Methuselah's grandfather. They sound amazing, but they lag like crap.
Chat.
Google Chat, we talked about that.
ChatGPT.
ChatGPT, I use that. You folks are going to laugh, but when I'm not asking it to do stupid stuff, I'm using ChatGPT to help me get through creative block.
Chrome.
Google Chrome, I don't use that. I prefer Firefox. That comes with the phone. Clock, we talked about that.
Contacts.
Google Contacts.
Crafting Kingdom.
Crafting Kingdom. That's another game I need to demonstrate at some point. It's one of your clicker type games.
Dice World.
Dice World, we talked about that.
Discord.
And that.
Discover.
And that.
Disney Plus.
Disney Plus, I have, as of yet, not succeeded in getting to log in, but that's not an Android problem. That's everywhere. I couldn't get it to log in on the Apple TV I had. I can't get it to log in on the Chromecast. I can't get it to log in here.
Drive.
Google Drive, I think we know what that is.
Dropbox.
I think we know what that is, too.
eBay.
eBay, I hope we know what that is.
Element.
We talked about that.
Envision AI.
And that.
F-Droid.
F-Droid is an alternative app store that one of my Mastodon buddies told me about. It's kind of a repository for open source software.
Facebook.
Facebook doesn't exactly work for me. Like, every time I open the app, it freezes the entire phone.
Feedback.
That's Android beta feedback. I'm in the beta program.
Files.
We talked about that.
Find device.
Find device. I think we all know what that does.
Firefox.
Firefox, we talked about that.
Fit.
Google Fit. I haven't used that.
Fitbit.
We talked about that.
Frost.
Frost is a Facebook wrapper that I haven't really messed around too much with. I got it from F-Droid, which we saw up there a few minutes ago. Yes, I do sideload quite a bit.
Galactic Colonies.
Galactic Colonies, we went over that game. We messed around with that, but yeah, that's a game that I'm going to have to start over again.
Genius.
Genius is a song lyrics finder. I keep that on me in case I misunderstand a lyric, and I'm like, wait, what did that say?
Gmail.
Gmail, I don't use that to check my email because it doesn't have the unified inbox, and I'm weird in the fact that I don't want separate inboxes. I want to clean it all out at one go. That's why I use Outlook.
Goldwave.
Goldwave, I haven't succeeded in getting this to work too well for me. This is an audio editor. I think we all know what Goldwave is, but it's a browser-based version, and I haven't succeeded in getting it to play ball.
Google.
That's the Google app.
Google One.
Google One, I got a free trial of that when I got my phone. Gotta love birthday presents.
Google TV.
Google TV, that's kind of what powers Mr. Chromecast over there.
Health Studies.
We talked about that.
Home.
That's the Google Home app for managing your Google smart devices and things.
Hulu.
We talked about that.
IGE Block.
That's supposed to be a YouTube ad blocker, but I haven't had any luck out of it.
Instagram.
Instagram, I do use that service, although I'm currently locked out, unless I use it on the iPhone.
Show Plus.
I don't know why that's marked like that. That is Commentary Screen Reader. That's an extra screen reader that we discussed this back in October. I needed this for a weekend because my TalkBack kind of glitched.
Keep Notes.
We talked about that.
Kindle.
The Kindle app. My iPhone has a low battery.
Libby.
Libby, that is the Overdrive. That's the new Overdrive app that I don't particularly like, but we're stuck with it.
Light.
That's Facebook Lite. It's not the most accessible thing in the world. I just got it to see if I could, browse Facebook and not cry in a corner.
Lookout.
We talked about that.
MacroDroid.
And that.
Maps.
Google Maps, I think we all know what that does.
Meet.
And that. We
Messages.
talked about that. And that.
Messenger.
And that.
Netflix.
Netflix, we all by now know what Netflix is.
NewPipe.
NewPipe is another YouTube player. I got that from F-Droid. It basically lets you go ad-free and background play and all that without paying a fortune for YouTube Premium.
Go to settings.
We talked about that.
OneDrive.
Microsoft OneDrive.
One Step Reader.
That I installed from the Play Store, but I don't know if I can use it without paying a fortune. That is One Step Reader, formerly KNFB Reader. It's a text scanning thing.
Outlook.
Outlook we talked about.
Pandora.
Pandora.
Paramount Plus. Palms app.
That is a surveys and internet sharing app that you can earn money from. And no, it is not a scam. I have gotten paid twice.
PayPal.
We talked about that.
Phone.
That.
Photos.
That.
Pixel Tips.
That came with the phone. It's just tips on how to use it.
Playbooks.
Playbooks.
Play Store.
Play Store.
Pluto TV.
Pluto TV. We talked about that.
Pocket Casts.
That.
Podcasters.
There's Spotify for podcasters. Honestly, I don't know why I still have that installed. I switched my podcast host.
Podcasts.
Google Podcasts.
Prime Video.
Amazon Prime Video. That doesn't work for me anymore.
Prudent Screen Reader.
There's another extra screen reader I keep around in case things break.
Quora.
Quora, they post so much stupid crap that I keep it around for the entertainment factor.
Reader.
We talked about that.
Reading mode.
Reading mode, that is another accessibility feature thing. I'm not exactly sure what it does. I just have it because TalkBack recommended getting it.
Recorder.
That's the voice recorder that comes built into the phone, although, irony of ironies, it records in M4A, which is an Apple format.
Red Reader.
Red Reader, we talked about that.
Reminders.
Reminders, that's the Google Reminders app.
Advanced Manager.
Revanced Manager, I haven't had too much luck getting that to work. It's for kind of nerdy, techie stuff that you can do to software.
Rewards.
Google Opinion Rewards, that you can answer surveys on that and get Google Play credit.
RH Voice.
RH Voice is another speech engine that I don't particularly use a whole lot.
Roku.
The Roku app, I use the Roku channel for some of their game show stuff.
Safety.
That's the personal safety app. You can use the emergency SOS and that kind of thing.
Seeing AI.
Seeing AI, we talked about.
Send files to TV.
That.
Settings.
That.
Signal.
Signal is another messaging app that I still need to sign back into. I think it's more privacy focused.
Skype.
Skype, that doesn't work right now. They kind of screwed up the accessibility, but I think we all know what Skype is.
Smart audiobook player.
We talked about that.
SoundCloud.
SoundCloud. I think we all by now know what SoundCloud is. You can listen to music, or if you have music of your own, you can upload it.
Speed test.
Speed test, we all know what that does by now. That's check your connection speed.
Spotify.
Spotify, we talked about that.
Tap Manager.
Tap Manager, I have one of the Tap wearable keyboards. I just don't have it paired to this phone yet, and this is the app that manages everything to do with it.
Tap Tap C.
TapTapC is another vision assistance app, although in my mind it's inferior to literally every other one out there. This was one of the early ones.
Team Talk.
Team Talk, I think most of us know what that is the voice conferencing thing.
Telegram.
Telegram. Thunder is a Lemmy client, and Lemmy is to Reddit what Mastodon is to Twitter, basically.
TikTok.
TikTok, I don't know why I still have that, considering what that piece of, you know what, you finished that, did to me.
Translate.
Google Translate, I like to play with that.
Trivia Crack.
Trivia Crack.
TuneIn Radio.
TuneIn Radio, I do use that because they have Jeopardy channels.
Tunnel Bear.
That's a VPN that I could never get to work.
Husky. Twitch.
I do have a Twitch account, I just don't use it as much as I should.
VLC.
We talked about that.
Vocalizer Voices.
Vocalizer Voices, well, you know what that does because I'm using it.
Voice.
Google Voice.
VPN Super.
There's another VPN that I have had limited success with.
Wallet.
Google Wallet.
Watch.
Pixel Watch.
Wear Installer 2.
Wear Installer 2, we talked about that.
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp.
Winscribe.
That's another VPN that I have, as of yet, not gotten any use out of.
YouTube. YouTube.
I have 2 YouTubes, and that's because one of them was patched with Revanced Manager to get rid of ads and things like that, so I can use YouTube to go to sleep and not have to constantly be jumping up to skip ads.
YT Music. YT Music.
Same with YouTube Music, I've got 2 of those for the exact same reason.
Zedge. Zoom.
Zedge, we talked about, and Zoom. I think we all by now know what Zoom is.
Home. Button.
But that's my home screen. That's
Zoom.
what I have on my Android. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this video off because my battery's about to die. And I'm going to go ahead and publish this video. I hope some of you have seen some software that you can use, and I will see you next time.